Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to Hair Regulators e-learning. In the last video, I have already shown you how to create and edit organization breakdown structure OBS. In this video, I'm going to introduce you the basic knowledge and skill to develop the resource loading schedule with the Primavera P6. Here I'm going to introduce you the basic knowledge and skill of the resource before you develop the resource loading schedule. The following knowledge and skill you have to know before developing the resource loaded schedule. What is the resource in Primavera P6? What is the resource pool? What is the resource calendars? And what is the resource availability? What is the resource in Primavera P6? Let me show you the resource type in Primavera P6. Click Enterprise. Click Resource to open Resource window. Click Resource Type. There are three types: labor, non-labor, and material. Resource also can be divided into reused resource and non-reusable resource. Generally, resource is the one which can be reused between activities and projects, like labor and non-labor resources. Labor and non-labor resources are always time-based. What's the meaning of time-based? It means the resource is spread over the duration. Click Activity window. Click Activity 8000. Here I have assigned the labor resource, Design Engineer Joe. There are two concepts of resource for this activity. One is there are totally 80 hours labor resource for this activity. And another is there is 8 hours labor resource per day for this activity within 10 days duration. So click Resource Usage Spreadsheet. You can see Joe in the activity 8000, he spent 8 hours per day within the duration 10 days. You can see 80 hours are spread over the 10 days duration. This is the meaning of the time-based. Material resources such as suppliers and other consumable items are recorded in terms of cost per unit rather than hours. Click Activity windows. Labor resource is excavator operator in A1020. Click icon Detail. To open Detail window, you can see I have assigned the labor resource excavator operator to activity A1020 with 160 hours within the duration 10 days. The unit is hours. Non-labor resource is equipment excavator. In Detail window, you can see I have assigned non-labor resource excavator to activity A1020 with 160 hours in the duration 10 days. The unit of non-labor resource is hours. Material is excavated earth. There are 800 cubic meters for this activity within 10 days duration. I have assigned material earth to activity A1020. In detail window, you can see the material resource is there. Unit is cubic meter. Quantity is 800. Then I click Resource Usage Spreadsheet. Click Material Resource Earth. In the lower pane, you can see there are 80 cubic meter planned daily earth to be excavated in the duration of 10 days. I click Excavator Operator. 160 hours of the labor resource is spread over duration 10 days. The daily hours is 16 hours. I click Excavator. It is the non-labor resource with 160 hours in the duration 10 days. You can see 160 hours spread over the duration. The planned daily hours is 16 hours. You may ask where these resources come from to assign to this activity. Then next, I want to introduce you about a resource pool. Click Enterprise, click Resource to open Resource window. Resource window display the resource pool after you add the resource into resource window. In last video, I have introduced the Organization Breakdown Structure, OBS. The listed person in OBS is the responsible person. They are assigned to EPS, project, and WBS. You may ask, how about activity? Who will be assigned to complete the activity? Then in Primavera P6, there is resource system for the activity completion. In order to complete activity, we need to assign the resource to the activity. The resource to complete the activity should come from the organization with the name Resource Pool. The resource pool reflects your organization's resource structure and supports the assignment of resource to activities. Primavera P6 also enables you to distinguish between labor, non-labor, and material using resource type. Click Resource Type. There are 3 options for you to select. How to add a resource into resource pool. I will show you in another tutorial. Resource calendars. When you add a resource into resource pool, you have to define the resource calendar. What is the resource calendar? The resource calendar is used to determine when the resource can be available to work. You can create a resource calendar and assign the calendar to the resource. How to create a resource calendar and assign the resource calendar to resource. Click Enterprise, click Calendar, and select the resource. Click Add, select the resource dialog appeared. Type in HVAC in search. Click HVAC, click Add icon, then the resource calendar with the name HVAC is in the calendar dialog. Click Modify, then you can modify the calendar to meet your need. How to modify the calendar? I will show you in another tutorial. You may also ask, resource is limited. It's not just you can get what you want. Then the next topic is the resource availability. The resource availability, including resource limit and the resource providing time. The resource availability is a very important constraint to the schedule. If you have a perfect time schedule, but there is no resource support, the time schedule is just the paper, no use. For each resource, we should get the resource limit, especially labor and non-labor resource. And we should plan the resource providing time based on the resource availability. Due to delay arrival of the resource, will delay the start of the activity, which is the resource is assigned to. Due to the resource demand is higher than the resource can provide, also will result in the completion delay. First, let us talk about resource limit. Open the activity window. Click Detail icon to open the Detail window. Let us to see activity 80,000. I have assigned Design Engineer Joe to this activity to complete the concept design with 120 hours. Please see max unit time is shown 8 hours per day. This is the limit, means your organization only can provide you 8 hours work per day by June. Come to remaining unit per time is 12 hours per day. It is calculated number by duration and total working hours. It means if you cannot get 12 hours working from Joe, he cannot complete the job within 10 days using totally 120 working hours. It means the resource assignment of Joe is over allocation or over limit. Click Resource Usage Profile, click Display, click Filter By, and click Current Project. Click Joe Brown. Please see the right lower pane. There is a bold dark line. This is the limit line of the resource. And you can see the red one. This is the over allocation. Means we have to level the resource to meet the limit. It will cause the extension of the duration. I will show you how to level the resource in another tutorial. How the resource providing time will affect the activity start date. Click the activity window. Click activity A1010. Click Detail icon to open Detail window. Click Resource. I have assigned Design Engineer Jim to the activity A1010. You can see the start date of activity of detail design will start on 2 June. Design Engineer Jim, he only can arrive to start work on 9 June. Let's see how is late arrival affect the activity completion date. In the detail window, click the start date of Jim. Change date from 2 June to 9 June. Keep the duration 10 days unchanged. Now you can see the duration of activity have been changed from 10 days to 15 days. This duration extension is caused by the late arrival of Jane. This is the end of this tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And also please visit my other tutorial regarding to Primavera P6 learning. See you next time.